right, well, with Anna Prillaman, Trinity coach, they just played Highland Springs in the championship game of the Time Dispatch Invitational, and they lost 79-59. First thing is, what was your approach coming in? I mean, they're kind of dominating type of team. What was
we had to control the tempo, and tonight the tempo meant slowing it down. We are capable of being an up and down team, but not against the Highland Springs. They're so veteran. They have so many good athletes. So I told them, if we get steals and turnovers, and we can of course run transition, but otherwise we got to walk the ball and limit the amount of possessions that happen throughout this whole game.
It kind of reminded me. I was in Petersburg for 7 years, and I covered Petersburg in their heyday, and they start imposing their will, and you just cannot allow that to happen.
Yep.
Did you feel that same way with this team?
Yes, we also told them we had to limit the runs, because once they go on these 6-8-0 runs, I mean, and not only obviously for the points reason it's bad, but just the momentum and how you feel just punched in the face when that happens. And they feed off of turnovers, and they feed off of their fast break. Tonight they were also hitting their 3, and that's how we wanted them to beat us. Didn't work out too well because they were, knocking them down.
Right, you pick your poison.
Right.
You got it to 7 and then to 5 in the third quarter. What was the feeling at that point?
I know I was excited. I think we had a little bit of issues with foul trouble there, and once Elena picked up her 4th, or Angel picked up her 4th, one of the two, and I had to yank both of those. That's a big blow. Angel's our best ball handler, and Elena, seems to be almost our entire offense at this point, and we hope that that's different in February, that we don't have to rely so much on a couple people.
And one thing I do notice, just glancing at the roster and looking at the girls on the floor, you are young.
Yeah.
So how do you we made the championship game, but we're young.
Yep.
We got championship games ahead of us. How do you hold all that together and let them walk out of here feeling good?
I know. I told them, and I have no doubt in my mind that Trinity girls will be back here in the final next year. And we need to learn from these experiences. Before the game today, it was we have a lot to gain, not a lot to lose. I hope to be in a different spot next year where we're the ones that are hunted instead of the ones that are still hunting. Because we're young. We have 0 seniors on the whole roster.
But sometimes it's difficult to convince kids that are playing year-round basketball that there is a next year. There's a tomorrow and a next year.
Teenagers in general are pretty much into the day, which I actually wish that I was like that more. And they need to realize that the intangibles matter. I think that they don't quite understand that the process and the hard work and developing leaders all can equal wins in the long run. It's really, really hard for them to look like that.
And my final thing is, you're in the building, so what's the buzz like having Trinity in both championship games?
It's so cool. I'm just so happy to be a part of it. I think it's the best school in Richmond. I truly do. Our guys coach is amazing. We were talking last night on text. The whole school, the whole Trinity community is a buzz with it, and we're proud to represent such a great place.
And the crowds are showing up too.
Oh yeah, alumni. people that I coached years ago, and just any member of the Titan community, whether they like sports or not. I saw a lot of faces out there tonight, so that's really cool.
All right, thank you very much.